Alright, well, here we go. Reviewing Thursday, April 25th's games, and previewing Friday, April 26th's games. Here we go. It's gonna be a fast review, probably. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're gonna start off by reviewing the Panthers and the Lightning. So it was a game that I did expect. I expected a low scoring one, but I did expect Florida to pull through and take this one home, which they did. 5-3 win. Matthew Tkachuk with a 2-goal night. Empty netter and a goal to start off the game. Brandon Montour didn't first start the game. I probably would have expected Tkachuk, but they did go with Montour. Stamkos got second, a star, as he scored a tip. But I would have most certainly expected a 2-goal man to get it over at 1 goal. Man, and then Sergei Bobrovsky, he was crazy once again, and he has been good. Seriously, really good. Alright, so um it was a good game. Like I caught this one. I decided to watch this one over the Hurricanes and Isles. Had much more interest in the Battle of Florida. Stamkos' goal, it was a nice one. Tyler Mott, I want to make it 2-1. Tampa was going crazy, and then Reinhart, Montour, and Stephen Lawrence scored three straight, 4-2. Nick Paul does give Tampa some hope late, but it's not enough as Chaka Ching puts it in the back of the net with an empty net goal. And Reinhardt's goal was an absolute beauty. Montour, like, incredible precision. Yo, that was crazy precision from Montour to nail that without a tip. And then Reinhardt's goal was just a beauty. So Florida pushes Tampa to the brink of elimination. It's an interesting timing here for Tampa to already be down 3-0 in a series. Like this is still one of their good teams. Like this is still one of their better teams. Like they especially because they acquired Anthony Duclair, who was on Florida last year for their Magical Cup run. But Florida just seems like the better team all over, and looks like they're closing in on their second sweep in 2 years. Their second sweep in their last 3 rounds is what they're closing in on. So that could be very impressive. What a game this was. Just a battle. Tampa was trying. But once again, playoff Bobrovsky is an animal. He is completely built different in the playoffs. Opozo played in his first playoff game since 2016 and actually got a point on Brandon Montour's goal. Stephen Lawrence also. He got He got an assist and the game-winning goal. So the fourth line for the Panthers was going quite nice. Gustav Forsling had a 2-assist game. Overall, good game for Florida. And Kucherov, like the topic here, he was carrying the Lightning in to the playoffs, but right now he hasn't scored a single goal this series. He does have 3 assists in 3 games, though. He's creating plays. But obviously, you can't even blame him. Like, getting shut down by a goalie like Bobrovsky, you can't even blame him. Bobrovsky's just different when it comes to playoff time. Alright, so let's move on to the Canes and the Isles. So, very interesting game. I caught like the last 10-ish minutes after the Florida versus Tampa game. So the first period started off with Brent Burns and Dmitry Orlov scoring. Sorokin did not look good in this game. Brent Burns with his first playoff goal since 2014, I believe it was. And Dmitry Orlov with his first since 2018. So them two pulled away fantastically. And then the second period started off Puring, will the former leave? Puts one in. 2-1. Islanders arena's buzzing until Sebastian Aho scores a goal. Not really the best for Sorokin to let in. Very questionable. And there he goes. He's out. But felt like it was just too late to put in Sermon Varlamov. And then Brock Nelson got one before the period was over. 1-goal game again. But not enough. Varlamov was perfect. But Anderson was just different. 3 shots. 13 shots against Sorokin. 3 went in. 9 shots against Varlamov. None went in. But Freddie Anderson did not get one of the 3 stars of the game, even though he made a crazy save to end off the game in the last 5 minutes. A glove side pad stack robbery. It was incredible. He was different. Freddie Anderson, man. Just a different beast. Former Leaf, I really wanted to keep him. Free agency 2 years ago. Just look, like there's so many people who we could have kept. Like Hyman, like there's so many people that we could have had, but then just evolved when they left in free agency. As soon as they left Toronto, they evolved. Like Zach Hyman, you could say. He evolved like incredibly when he went to Edmonton. And now is a 50-goal scorer. Anderson has just been different since leaving Toronto. And now it's time for the preview, though. The Rangers and the Caps, the only game that has a possibility of putting a team to the brink of elimination tonight. I would say I will most likely catch this one or the Canucks. But if I'm being honest, I would probably watch a Canadian team over. But I will definitely catch some of this game. So it's going to be interesting. How are the Caps going to respond to being down 2-0? They're back home. But how did they respond is the question. It's going to be interesting. to see how Ovi can deal with the pressure that he's getting, like with the pressure going on him right now. He is like he has had a lot of shots that have either missed the goal or has just not hit the back of the net. Right now, the Caps have allowed 4 goals in both of their games so far. But the Rangers have just been the better team. We just gotta see how can the Rangers deal with it. The Rangers won uh, the special teams battle. They scored 3 special team goals, one shorthanded, 2 on a power play, and the Caps scored twice on the power play, but no shorthanded. So the Rangers and the Caps both were giving each other good opportunities, even on their own power play, like giving each other good opportunities. Special teams, they like their discipline levels gotta go like up. Like they've gotta have more discipline, or else this is gonna lead to like a very quick exit here for the Caps. If they have a power play, you can't be allowing a shorty, which basically costed you the game. Then both teams' discipline levels really got to go down. I mean, up. Got to be more disciplined heading into this game. The Breadman has been incredible as well. Alex Wimberg will not play. I mean, my bad. He is gonna play. My bad. Alex Wimberg. He'll most likely send to the third line with Kako and Will Kyle. Sandin and Jensen, Rasmus Sandin and Nick Jensen may both return tonight, may both not return tonight, or like might have a half return, like one of them return. It depends how they're feeling, how they're doing. It's gonna be a good battle though tonight. Caps trying not to get pushed to the brink of elimination, trying to not have a 2% chance of beating the Rangers after going down 3-0. Yeah, that's a true fact. By the way, I caught that fact. 98% of the times, a team that goes up 3-0 in the series wins. So that leaves a 2% chance, basically, statistically. So it's going to be a battle. Both teams have not gotten a multi-goal score throughout the whole series. Very interesting fact. But yeah, so that's going to do for that quick review. We're going to move into the Canucks and the Preds. This one is going to be interesting. Series tied 1-1. I did expect the Preds to take the first 2 games because the Canucks have got to get introduced here to playoff hockey. And they still do, but the first game they came out strong, but the second day they got outworked, which is what I worried about for the Canucks. They got outworked. Intriguing matchup here. The 2-1 series lead is obviously a big part of a series. But Vancouver, they were a very fast team to start off the game. With Demko out with an injury, he played fantastic on Sunday. But yeah, Tyler Myers, after missing a game with the flu, is expected to play. uh Forsberg did not participate in the morning's game, but is most likely gonna play, which is important for the Preds because if he doesn't play, it'd be bad here. The Preds. So we gotta see how that goes. It's gonna be an interesting battle. The power play for the Canucks has really not been good. It's 0 for 6. And also just for Nashville as well. Both teams, if they want a good shot at winning this series, their power play has gotta get better. There's only been one power play goal scored throughout this series, which is kind of crazy. And there were a lot of chances as well. 14 penalties have been taken. Both teams in total this series. Both teams combined 1 for 14. So the special teams really gotta work out. The Canucks had a devastating power play in the regular season. They were really good on it at certain points. So if they can just get back to their regular season ways of their power play, I feel like they do have a good shot of taking this game. It all just depends. Like, even though they weren't even in the top 5 on the power play, they were still good. They weren't bad by any means. Yeah, the Canucks were 11th in the league, but they still had multiple looks on the power play. The Preds also, they have looked alright on the power play too. It's just really gonna depend on how both teams come out tonight. I want the Canucks to win, obviously. There are Canadian teams in action tonight. I'll see if I watch. I'll probably go Oilers and Kings over Jets and Avalanche, but both series have been consistent in high scoring games. 20 goals scored so far in 2 games with the Jets and the Avalanche. Nice. Very cool fact. This tells you how high scoring it is. And then same thing for the Oilers and the Kings. Both teams have had 20 goals combined in 2 games. So if you ask me, goaltending has been absolutely terrible in these series. Still, Hellebuck has still been having good games too. Yeah, so we're gonna start off here by ending the Canucks and the Preds thing. Yeah, so I do expect the Preds to utilize home ice advantage, come out strong and prepared, take down the Canucks here in Game 3. But obviously, I'm not always gonna be right in my predictions. Yesterday I was 1 for 2. I believe I'm around 50% or more, maybe 60, 70% with my prediction so far. I had one perfect day. So currently around, yeah. So around 60 percentage, somewhere there. Yeah, 66.6% of my picks have been right. So I wouldn't say that I'm terrible at predicting. Yeah, so let's move into the Jets and the Avalanche. High scoring series so far. This game, I'd say go to the Jets. You know they're going to try their best to make a huge response to the Avalanche. I don't think that they're going to take losing like that. Like, Georgiev bounced back in his second game. And Nate Schmidt will replace Logan Stanley in the lineup for the Jets. Hellebuyck versus Georgiev again. Georgiev's bounce back on Tuesday was much needed for the Avs to get some more confidence heading into Game 3 of the series. Colorado's obviously an offensively structured team, but you can like see if Connor Hellebuyck can play his game, it can seriously be much better for the Jets. Like I already talked about the offensive explosion with the first two games, but it just you just gotta see here. Can they do it? Are they gonna be confident enough? I don't know. Like confidence is definitely a key though to win. Colorado's in the top five for the power play. Winnipeg's in the top 10 for the power play, which is good for them. Face off, Winnipeg has been much more like better. Who's gonna want it more is the real question here, though. And with the 66 and the 6%, I think the Jets are gonna take this one in another high scoring game. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I made a prediction for the Rangers and Capitals, but I do predict the Caps to come out on top. It's a bold prediction. I do make a lot of the bold predictions. And now the Kings and the Oilers, 20 goals scored across two games, 9 goals in one, and then 11 in the other. Man, it's been a lot. There were a lot of goals scored. So, like, it's gonna be a hard game here. I see it being another close one. I do see overtime in this one, but I expect the Oilers to come out on top. I expect Zach Hyman once again to be another X factor, scoring some more. Connor McDavid being the playmaking wizard, probably getting a 4 assist tonight to get 10 assists in 3 games. I mean, what can you say? Like, it doesn't even sound unrealistic. Drew Doughty has been quite good in the last 2 games as the Kings stand-up defenseman, offensive defenseman. He's been good when he needs to be. Both goalies, not the best record. Not really a good record, isn't it? McDavid has 6 assists and 6 points, so not a single goal for him. But the Oilers, one complete team. Like their power plays, obviously, like really deadly. So I do see Oilers taking this one home. I see another insane game from McDavid and Hyman combined. If I'm being honest, I see Stuart Skinner having a bounce back game and Edmonton exploding against the Kings. It might be another special teams battle. The discipline's got to be low for LA. I mean high. Like you've got to be a highly disciplined team in order to take this one home, because you can't give Edmonton power play chances. But yeah, I do see Edmonton taking this one. 66.6% chance, right? Like I know I might be wrong with some of these. Remember that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. We're gonna be back tomorrow reviewing some more. Yeah, have a great rest of your day and peace out.